If you are looking to build more inclusive work environment for talents of diverse backgrounds, then it is imperative for you to understand the challenges that these talents of underrepresented backgrounds will go through in any team environment, so that you're able to make sure that they feel included and they are set up for success. And today's discussion is going to dive into top 3 challenges that your diverse team members and your talents will experience in a team environment. I'm going to be diving into what it is, how this is going to show up and affect the team and all of that, and how at the company level you're going to be able to help them. So let's dive right in. The first challenge that your diverse team members are going to experience in a team environment is having to prove themselves. As in, they're going to be under a lot of pressure, whether from their direct team members who somehow only see them as a diversity hire for whatever reason, which probably isn't going to be happening if you're tuning into this discussion, because that means your company is probably a lot more aware. And there's also the possibility of pressure from their immediate family, their friends, or their community as the person that made it, the person that needs to represent the community or whatever. So whether from the team environment, whether from their personal environment, there will be an immense pressure to want to prove themselves. And how this is going to show up, especially if that pressure is coming from the team members, is when they're talking to stakeholders or other team members, where they have to say, no, I am qualified to be here and here's why. They have to spend a lot more time trying to convince the other person that they are the right person to deliver the message or the right person to do the job and all of that, because the other person, whether the stakeholder or the team member, how you're going to help them is from the internal perspective, make sure that communication of trust is extremely explicit and clear. And to external people or stakeholders, you're going to make sure that explicit transfer of authority. And I'm actually going to dive into these two right now because they are the same, but they're also quite different. So internal team, explicit communication of trust. So when the team member is joining the company and being introduced to the team, you are going to make sure, or whoever the team leader is, you're going to make sure that the team leader is communicating to the team members why they are there, how they are bringing something to the table that nobody else was able to. And from the external level, transfer of authority, when this team member is in a situation where they're talking with external stakeholders who very likely do not have as much of their biases or really is dedicated to accepting the power of diversity, you're going to make sure that the transfer of authority is very explicit. So the team leader who is going to be bringing them to the vendor or stakeholder, they're going to say something in lines of, okay, this person, here is what they're bringing to the table. Let's say they're bringing X number of experience and whatever, and how this X number of experience is going to help this vendor or whatever it might be. And here's the part that needs to be a lot more explicit and direct. Again, it's super simple, but you have to do it, which is this person has the authority to do X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah. And this person is the point of contact if there is X, Y, Z. Don't ask me. Ask this person. This is the person with the authority in these aspects. I know it sounds super simple, but it's these little simple things that are so easy to forget. So be explicit about it and bring that up so that you are able to reduce the time on these team members' ends of having to prove themselves, because you told them they've already gone through all these hoops to join the organization and they've already proven themselves, so they don't need to do it again. That's the one challenge. Other challenge is that they might not really have the common grounds to chit chat about when it comes to things that are outside of their work. So I'm talking in lines of maybe they didn't go to the same school as everyone else, or maybe they're not even from the same country, maybe they're not celebrating the same holidays, maybe the mother tongue is different, maybe the age difference, so they're not listening to the same music, or they're not on the same social media. And how this is going to show up and why I'm bringing this up, even though it seems so trivial, is because when team members are bonding in the workplace, often than not, how people try to create the connection point is through personal life, and that's their commonality. So some sort of a shared common ground, or something that is going to be a good conversation starter. And how you're going to help them at the company level is to create a professional commonality. Whether you're bringing that up throughout the introduction, or whether you are giving them a task that everyone can work on together so that they're not really doing the sideline conversations. Even though, yes, your talents of underrepresented backgrounds are more than capable of working their own charms and get along with everyone, make it easier for them, because we're here to work. Or maybe something in lines of what they share in terms of the professional background. Maybe everyone else came from hospitality background and so did this person, or whatever that professional commonality might be. Or maybe they all majored in the same thing and you bring that up together. Create a shared interest so that there isn't much sideline conversation happening initially in terms of personal life. Or you bring it to them so that team members can have something to bounce off of and to start a conversation with the talent so that they can start bonding. Another challenge that your diverse talents will experience in a team environment and overall within the company is not knowing where to ask for support. The likelihood is the fact that if they are talents coming from underrepresented backgrounds, they are probably going to experience some not so pleasant situations, even in professional context. Or alternatively, they might be having a good experience at your particular company. However, they might not be hearing anything about promotional opportunities or any ways the company could be of support, or any other news that comes through grapevine, or maybe that are made through internally, even though it shouldn't be, and they might not even know about it. And with that being said, when those things happen, they're not gonna really know where to go to for support, and often than not, their go-to move will probably be starting to look elsewhere. That is going to be a lot more transparent with them about it, or where they are making proactive efforts to make sure that they're feeling included. A way to help with this at the company level is being more proactive about it, because the likelihood, especially if you're tuning into this kind of discussion, is your company has pretty good initiatives already. Bring it to them. Even if you might be thinking, oh, it's all on our website or whatever it might be. When's the last time you read your own website? When's the last time you read your benefits book? That being said, bring it to them. Even if you think they know, say it to them anyways. You can start off this with, I'm pretty sure you know about this, but XYZ is what we offer at the company. You're going to be shocked at how many times you are responded back with, I didn't know we had that. Even though you might be thinking, but it's all in the benefits. Trust me, they're not reading it, so you better tell them. And the other thing is also on the proactive outreach from the supervisors and HR reps. Again, even if we think, oh, I'm pretty sure they know the line of communication is open and it's okay to come up to us. Not really. You gotta tell them. Make it super obvious to them. So maybe you have an HR rep checking in on them, like on their calendar. Hi, how's it? I want to make sure everything's, while we are all aware that it is more than okay and encouraged for your team members to go to their team leaders. Your talents of underrepresented backgrounds might not be feeling that way. You're going to show them it is okay by not just telling them it is okay, but you're also going to take proactive actions. So whether HR rep asking them or checking in on them, making sure everything is okay, or the supervisors going up to them and saying, hi, I just want to make sure, how are you doing? Was there anything that you wanted to say at the meeting or whatever? So creating that line of communications, or at least starting that. Even if 99% of the time the answer is going to be, oh, it's okay. There's always that 1% chance where they might be thinking or saying to you, I'm actually really glad that you came up to me and I really appreciate that because I had concerns about XYZ and I wasn't sure who to go talk to. Open that line of communication. It's going to be so helpful. To recap, top 3 challenges that your diverse team members will experience when in a team environment. Number 1, having to prove themselves. Number 2, not having enough common grounds to chit-chat about. And number 3, not knowing where to ask for support. I hope this discussion was helpful for you and we will chat next time.